Coming up on today's West Ham United transfer speculation show, I'm going to be discussing Sonny Perkins, that young striker we saw a couple of times last season. But is he on his way out of West Ham United? Is he going to Leeds this summer? Well, we will be discussing that in today's video. Before we get into it, though, drop a like on the video, subscribe to West Ham Unofficial if you are new. Check out our channel sponsors, SRM Carver & Son, by clicking that link in the description down below. This is a West Ham United transfer update, and yeah, a bit of a shock this afternoon having this come out of West Ham. You know, we haven't had a lot come out today, but this bit of speculation was a shock to me and many West Ham fans because I haven't really dug deep into this. But Sonny Perkins' contract, we believe, is up in this summer. So there's two options there. He's either going to leave West Ham on a free and he's going to go elsewhere, perhaps to Leeds, which we're going to discuss in this video, or West Ham United can get their act together and sign him down on a brand spanking new contract and keep him at the London Stadium. But the rumour that's come out today, and it's come out from The Athletic. When something comes out from The Athletic, you know it's pretty reliable. They have said Leeds United are lining up a deal to sign West Ham United talented young striker Sonny Perkins. And there's many different people say many different things, as there always is, about this. There's also, according to other sources, Aston Villa are interested in signing him, as well as Leeds as well. So when you look at it, his contract's up this summer, and the belief coming out of different sources is that it's either him or his agent is demanding bigger wages, and West Ham United just don't want to give it to him, and it's almost coming to a standstill, and it's like, oh well, I might just leave then. That's the belief currently, which is disappointing. So Perkins is set to be out of contract at the end of this month, and he's yet to agree fresh terms with West Ham. It's understood that Perkins is asking for a large wage, probably more than West Ham United are prepared to give the youngster. He's only 18 years old. He's shown some talent. I think he played in one of the away games. I think it was the one where fans weren't allowed in. Was it Vienna away? Because it was him and Noble in the famous picture, you know, Perkins 18 years old and Mark Noble playing as one of his last European games, and he looked like he really did look like a talent that night, getting his head on it, you know, getting about. He's only just short of 6 foot, but I think depending on the situation, and we as fans don't know the full situation, we might only be getting told half of the story here. You know, it might be he's asking for stupid wages, and we're kind of in a Jeremy and Ngakia situation where if we let him go, he's not really going to go and do anything anywhere. That's exactly what Jeremy and Ngakia has done. He wanted bigger wages. I think Watford gave it to him, and well, look where he is now, back in the Championship. You know, a good youngster, which we thought had the talent. You know, if we think back to Jeremy and Ngakia in those days, he broke through. He had about 4 or 5 good games, and then, well, that was it. He was gone. Then it was just a very strange situation. I'm getting vibes of that here as well. Maybe perhaps it's a player getting a bit too big for their boots, or it's their agent in their ears saying we can get more money elsewhere, or whether it's just West Ham United being a little bit stubborn with these things and not signing one of our academy graduates down to a new contract, which they deserve, really, because he's been ripping it up in the Premier League too this year at the under 23s level, and that's proven because he's had quite a few substitute. He's been on the bench quite a few times this season in the Premier League. He hasn't got on. That's because David Moyes doesn't put the youngsters on. You know, that's the same with all of the youngsters, really, unless he's really, really had to play youngsters. He hasn't. You know, that's the bottom line of it. And maybe there is an element of that as well. He's looking, he can go to Leeds or a Villa. He might get more game time than he will at West Ham. You know, he might be more regularly around the first team at a side like Villa or Leeds, you know, because we're in Europe now, we're pushing to go forward, and relying on an 18-year-old striker to sit on the bench every week is not what we want to be doing next season. We want to be getting a couple of strikers in, doing this, doing that, and then not having to put these youngsters on the bench, which is harsh, but it's what we need to be doing if we want to be a decent football club. You know, we can't be relying on these youngsters. If they're really that good, then they'd be playing in a couple of years' time. But they've just got to sit it out. And these players, they're in a difficult position, especially at West Ham. We've got loads of good players there. We've got Alese, Ashby, Longello. We've got Perkins, Okoflex. There's a few players there, you know, 6, 7. I could go on. Players that have been getting on the bench a couple of times this season. But that's not necessarily because they've been outstanding. It is to an extent, but it's because we haven't had any more players. We've had to put them on the bench to fill a bench. And I hope after this season, not because I don't want their careers to progress, that's not it at all, because I do, but I don't want that to be happening next season, because I want some fresh new faces to be on that bench, or our players now to be put on the bench and better players to be brought in to start, you know, like the James Ward-Prowses, the Calvin Phillips. You know, you're seeing pictures of Calvin Phillips and Jared Bowen having a chat today in the England camp. Whatever's going on there, I don't know. They're probably just having a chat as mates. But Agent Bowen has been put on Twitter and all these kind of things, you know. You've got two West Ham players in there. Come to West Ham, you know. He's at a Leeds, you know. Leeds, he's one of the worst there, Calvin Phillips, you know, because he started pretty much every game in the Euros, but he's at Leeds. Come to West Ham. It's a stepping stone up. But yeah, I've got a bit sidetracked there. But Sonny Perkins, Leeds and Aston Villa are kind of in this race to sign him because they've noticed that he's out of contract this summer, and we haven't really done anything about it. I can't really comment massively because I don't know the situation, whether it's West Ham being stubborn, which I'd be pretty annoyed about if it was, whether it's his agent in his ear, as it quite often is nowadays, saying we can get more money here, there, and all of that, and they're going, oh, more money, let's go there, you know. Whether it is Sonny Perkins demanding more wages and he's saying, you know what, I want more to be at this football club. I should be getting more for what I'm delivering the under-23s and sitting on the bench every now and then for the first team. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, his contract's up very, very soon. I don't think he was on the retained list, which is interesting because we released the retained list with a few youngsters on it last week, or the week before, because it had David Martin, of course, Mark Noble, Fredericks, and somebody else that I can't think. Yes, Yarmolenko, who scored last night for Ukraine. Brilliant win for Ukraine, sending Scotland out. We all love a bit of that, don't we? But the way I look at it is whatever it is, it's going to happen, you know. Whatever it is, it is. It doesn't particularly bother me too much. I went, oh, that's a bit of a shame. But if he really wanted to, he'd stay at West Ham, and it doesn't look like that's going to happen. He may stay, he may not, but that is a little rumor of an outgoing coming out of West Ham transfers this afternoon. So to round up, Leeds and Aston Villa are in a race to sign Sonny Perkins, of course, our young striker who is out of contract this summer. Will West Ham surprise us and sign him down to a new contract, or will we let him go for nothing this summer? We'll have to wait and see. Of course, plenty more transfer shows to come, as that's nothing we've got to talk about at the moment. There's a couple of England games coming up. We might do a bit of stuff on that, of course, with Jared Bowen being in the England squad for the first time. Big up Bowen. First game on Saturday. Hopefully he'll get some sort of involvement in that. But that's it from me. You can now go back to enjoying your lovely bank holiday Thursday. I know, Queen's Jubilee and all that. So, yeah, enjoy the rest of your bank holiday Thursday and Friday and a prolonged weekend. And I'll catch you very soon right here on West Ham Official, keeping you up to date with all the speculation this summer of West Ham transfers on the going out the door and coming, hopefully more predominantly in the door into West Ham United. But that's it from me. Come on, you irons. I'll catch you soon. Sonny Perkins. Whatever happens, I'll be a bit disappointed if he leaves, but oh well, we move on. Get some players in. Just announce Odegaard and the kit. Just do it, West Ham. Do it. Catch you soon. Bye-bye.